used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they can call me Batman.
What up? Welcome back once again to the Necro Zoo. I am Bones. And in this one, let's go ahead and add one more figure to my McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Now this time it is going to be Owlman, part of the Build to Collect Starro Wave. And this figure actually does come courtesy of a fellow reviewer online. Now this is Dhunter. If you have never heard of him, go and sub to his channel and check him out, because I remember when Mattel was about to lose the license to McFarlane, I was on YouTube checking out figure videos because I have always been a big DC figure collector, especially from retail. And one of the videos I came across was Dhunter's review of the final wave, the Killer Croc wave from Mattel. And first of all, his cadence was like really interesting. And then his enthusiasm for the Batman figures and all that was really enjoyable. And that is about the time that I started really thinking about starting to do more figure reviews and showing off my collection. And in all honesty, I thought I was like, pretty crazy about collecting. But then I did see a lot of Dhunter's videos, and then I knew that he was by far more crazy than I was. But really nice guy. I had already done a trade with him before, and so it was pretty easy that I picked up 2 Parallaxes. He contacted me that if I wanted an Owlman from this wave, and I was like, actually yes, I'm interested in picking it up. And then we talked about it, but then he said what I'd really like is one of those Parallax figures that you picked up. And I like to help out the community. I thought it would be a pretty fair trade, so we went ahead and traded. So this is actually from him, Dhunter. Pretty awesome reviewer and collector. He's a big Batman collector, that's his main thing, but he's also a master army builder, and he likes all kinds of scenes, setting up scenes for the reviews and stuff. So pretty cool guy for you guys to check out. But we are here to take a look at Owlman. Now he does look pretty treacherous in the packaging, but let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. But first, he does come with your standard black DC Multiverse stand. Not really needed, but sometimes useful. He also comes with a data file card. On the front, you do have some figure photography that looks a little bit rendered. And on the back, you do have some information. Owlman, in this version, is basically one of Thomas and Martha Wayne's sons. He's Thomas Wayne Jr. And when his family is killed along with Bruce, he takes up the mantle of Owlman to deliver like his own corrupt justice. And he is also part of the crime syndicate. Pretty cool, added to the collection. Now he doesn't come with any traditional accessories, but he does come with parts for the Starro. He comes with these 2 tentacles, really nicely sculpted. Pretty cool. They do have a bendy wire in there, but these will just be parts that we add when we build the Starro. He also comes with one of these parasites that are like an extension of the main Starro, and these go on the chest of the figures. Pretty creepy looking with those eyes. Pretty alien. Has some nice sculpt work, and he has like suckers and a mouth on this side. Pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. Honestly, I have to say, just first impressions, you have like an idea of the figures when you see them, come up for order, or when you see pictures of them. But when you finally get them in hand, it's just something completely different. Like I kind of had an idea of this guy being a lot of gray, and he does have gray on him, but he's a lot of black. Really, really nice feeling figure in your hand. Just the way the plastic is and the way he's sculpted out is really nice. Love the way he looks. Now they did take parts of different iterations of Owlman and get this one. You could see a lot of all the versions of him in here, from the cowl to the emblem to the gauntlets and even in the hands. Utility belt, pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the head. Awesome head sculpt, really digging it. The yellow in his like goggle lenses just really pop, gives him like a little bit of sinister vibe. It's all sculpted in really nice. Love this head sculpt. By far one of the better head sculpts that I've seen, but you always hear me say that when I get a new figure, so pretty awesome. Now he can look up surprisingly pretty well, and that's without modding. Looks down as well, intimidating. You have your basic right to left articulation, and then you can tilt his head for some character. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chest emblem. Now this is just a version of Owlman, but it is sculpted really well, and you have some piping lines here on the chest and around the suit. Really nice detail, I'll give him that. And I'm really actually starting to dig this figure a lot. Really nice. Let's take a look at the waist articulation. You do have side to side. You do have that full range of motion at the waist. You do have a lower waist swivel and an upper chest swivel. You can twist him, get him in some cool poses. He has a little bit of crunch, not too much, but there's some there. But he leans back really well. Let's take a look at the shoulders. He does have a butterfly shoulder joint underneath the cape, up and down, front to back. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows, moving down from the shoulder into the gauntlets. They have a cool kind of like spiral effect with with all these like little definition lines and the cutouts. Really distinctive forearm guards. Really liking them. You know what I really like are these hands, because they're kind of clawed and they have a lot of detail to them. So, and they're open. He's ready for action. Now he does have wrist articulation with the ball joints. Now these are the old standard ball joints, but as I always said before, they would not be a big deal if they were just hidden really well and minimized. And these are done almost perfectly. Now he can get T-pose. Not really a Y pose because of the cape, but he can move his arms up if you just want to accommodate a little bit for the cape. Pretty nice. Take a look at that sweet utility belt. This is an awesome utility belt. He does also have his owl symbol there. Pretty well done. Love that. Now he can kick up really high and he can kick back really high. The same thing. Now this is because of the rubber trunks or crotch piece, and they're rubber, so they allow for a lot of movement, and then when you put them back, they just go back to their same original form. So that's the purpose of having these rubber trunks, is to allow more leg movement. Now you can cock his leg out. He does have that sweet hip rotation. Double jointed knees. Straighten them out down to these pretty nice boots he has up and down at the ankle. Right to left movement. Rocker. And toe articulation. Now before we go, let's take a look at the legs in their entirety. Pretty nicely textured legs, and then you have all the sculpt work done into the boots and even the knee pads. Just awesome work. This is gonna turn out to be once again one of my favorite figures. Loving this guy. Take a look at the bottom. He does have a unique tread to his boots. I love me some tread. Moving up the back, more nice detailed sculpt work. You got the boots have their own piping and all that, and then the suit actually has its own texture, really finely, kind of like micro texture there. In the back you could see the full utility belt, and then he has some more sculpting on the back. Now this cape is pretty nice as well. Kind of a little bit of swooshing action, but not too much. But it does have that layered look that traditionally Owlman has, that layered cape. So all in all, I'm really happy with this guy. Really digging this figure. Not perfect as far as accessory wise, but it is perfect as far as execution, the different textures, the beautiful sculpt work, the colors. Just awesome figure. Now before we go, I do actually have the Mattel Owlman from the Crime Syndicate 5-pack. And you put these two guys next to each other and you could really see how far we've come. This guy's just another, different version of Owlman, but a lot of smooth sculpting there, not really any detailed sculpt work. And this guy is just far and above, built different compared to this. Different head sculpts. Now this guy does have an Owlman that he came with. Pretty nice. And you could tell that the capes have a kind of likeness, but they're also different. And talking about Owlman's, I did go ahead and build him his own custom little Owlman because he did not come with one. Now this actually fits perfectly into his clawed hands, as you can see. And pretty cool to take pictures with it. I did already do that, and fits right in his hand, and it fits his color scheme. So it actually worked out really well. Pretty cool little quick addition to his arsenal. Since he didn't come with any accessories, it's no biggie to go ahead and custom make him one. I'm actually loving the way that looks. Pretty cool. Also, before we go, let's bring in the only other figure I have from this wave, which is Ultraman. Put him right there next to his partner in crime in the Crime Syndicate. Pretty cool. Now I will be doing Superwoman next, and we will get one step closer to building that Starro alien creature, so that's pretty nice. But once again, they have exceeded my expectations on the sculpt and the articulation of the figure. Awesome new Owlman to add to your DC collection. You guys keep hunting out there, keep collecting, keep customizing, and I will see you on the next one.